Overhooks. We've done this before, but I'm going to show you guys something that we haven't done. Go. Whenever you have somebody in your guard, you have to understand that their posture is good for them, bad for you. So right here, grab the same side, grab his elbow, hold perpendicular, break his posture. Bad for him, good for me. Kind of change the angle up a bit. He repostures. And then you keep playing this game here. I wait for him to be able to set. I don't want to start just randomly pulling here. I wait for him to be able to now set his weight, and I break his posture, change the angle a little bit, give him a little bit of a posture breaking, okay? And then he postures back up, okay? And now look, see, your right hand is still here, left hand at the elbow, okay? I'm waiting, reading here. When they begin to posture, that's when you want to break their posture, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an overhook, okay? 1, 2, 3. This has to be tight, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is, oftentimes, if you go for a choke here, you're going to have the angle. Frame that elbow, see, you get right about here, okay? From here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get 4 fingers into that collar, and I'm going to pull and punch. It's real simple, really effective. Even more effective than this frame right here, is he can begin to kind of readjust there, push that elbow. It can still work, but you see how he jams that elbow, okay? Get 4 fingers in, arch away. I'm going to push with the right, and I'm going to pull with the left. Also, you have a straight arm lock there. So you're applying 2. The dilemma, defend the choke or defend the arm. It's hard for him to defend the arm because he's going to push it back in, and I push here and I pull it. So a push and a pull.
Is that a choke or crank at the bottom?
No, he's choking me. He's putting his fist right inside my carotid artery, pulling on the other side of the lapel. It's choking.
Choke, it's a crank, it's a crow, it's a tap. That's choke. Now the only thing that he can really do here, but look, this is tight. If you grab it all loosey-goosey here, none of that will work, okay? So when you grab, okay, when you feed their right collar to your left hand, you need to be head that way so that my left hand can reach as far as I can. I feed it, shoulder or arm right here, and I'm going to get here, okay? Now, as I'm feeding it, he's letting me do it, okay? You can sometimes maybe grab right here, okay, and it'll have the same effect right here. Maybe even get it right on that ear, and then Claire can drain it later. Okay. But whether you get in here, so what will happen is you're gonna trigger a reaction. The other thing is I want this knee pushing his posture down, because if you're all relaxed over here, he'll posture up and then you'll just go right back. Okay? This is why it's important to also have this posture broken, kind of maybe feet on the hips right here, okay? But from here, you're gonna grab here, just grab anyone on the shoulder, pull the left, push the right. That hand is kind of keeping his posture at least up, because he's going to have to use that left hand. But if you go here, what they can do is they can also grab your hand with the left hand and kind of block it right there. And then what you do is you snag it right here with that other hand right here. Okay? And now you have this right here. Because from here, I can go and get a triangle right here. And it's very difficult for him to pull that out. Bring your elbow on the outside. Okay? Right here. Okay? And if I get this elbow here, I'm able to now also potentially get omoplatas and an arm lock and so forth. But the point is, let's start with a couple ways to feed it. Feed down, grab, and now I'm going to frame right here. Because I'm going to push off this frame, and I'm going to get my knee on the inside here. As my knee comes up here, and even goes to the shoulder. It's hard to get it in here, I realize. Just grab right here somewhere. Oh, you know it. Just grab it there. I'm going to let you do it. And push and pull. Okay? If he brings his hand over, that will be the next move here. Okay? I'm going to snag this. Alright. But But there's other ways to do the triangle that I prefer. However, it's a good control because you know you have a good sweep. Okay, so feed. A couple ways to feed. You can get this here, block that shoulder. And then you just, sorry, 95. Okay. Over here, just grab and push. Okay. Or you could do the fancy way, which actually, well, sometimes you can't just break this because hold on here. Go here. And feel it. So it's down, in, grip, and then I turn my hip. March away. Push. And pull. Okay. Pulling with the left, pushing with the right. Here. Yes, sir. Yeah, done. Here. Ruth wanted me to do this right there.
Thanks, Ruth.
There we go. Okay, so yeah, two more times. Okay. All right. So if you can get it up in here in that collar, great.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can't, if it's too tight, because you're pulling on this one here, just grab the shoulder right here, or maybe even make a fist right here, and then just pull it right into the fist. You don't even need to grab any. Okay. But the point is, here it pushes, and you're pulling not with the hand, but with the hip. Okay. So my left elbow is locked to the hip, so I'm pulling with the hip, and then you also have that right there, which is just a twist. Okay? Does anybody need to see it again? No? And preferably if the left knee is pitching and breaking his posture this way here. So even here, I know he can posture up, okay? But then, you have triangles right here. All right, so, last time. For those of you who are just starting, or maybe at a level where you just want to do it a little bit simpler, the person just has his hands right here. I'm going to go under, I'm going to lift my hip, and my left hand goes over as my right one blocks the shoulder here. I go as far as I can. I have to move my head to the left. Just watch what happens if I move my head to the right. Okay? My arm becomes a lot shorter, and this is all shorter, so I have to move my head to the left. Down. And now feed it right here. So then now it's tight. It's very difficult for him to break that grip here. If he tries to break that grip, okay? Slide my knee right in here. You can try the straight arm lock here, okay? And then you can go here. And then we'll start. All right, let's go 1, 2, 3. This is new.